All right, guys, you're listening to MWM podcast movies, and yeah, we're gonna talk about movie, but we have a special guest here today, Miss Nileena. So she's gonna talk about her favorite movie. So let's hear from Nileena. Hi, Nileena. Please give a self introduction to our fans.
Hi, I'm Nileena, and I really enjoy watching movies. Fun fact, I wasn't that much into movies till like 5 years ago. I just got into it after that. So I'm here. I'm going to talk about one of my favorite movies, which I watched quite recently,
So, what is the movie?
Society of the Slow.
Okay, so it's a Spanish, right?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Spanish movie directed by Bayona.
Okay, so guys, it's Society of the Snow. It's a thriller adventure released in 2023, 2 hours 24 minutes, and it's available on Netflix. And that's what Nileena is going to talk about. So yeah, Nileena, tell us about the story.
So it's basically a survival thriller, but what makes it really different from other movies of that genre is it is more focused on experiences of the people. It's not like this dramatic action movie. It's not this very dramatic action movie which you normally see. It's more focused on like how brutal the. Okay, I let me just tell the story. It's
Yeah.
about this plane from Uruguay which crashed in the Andes mountain, and it's about how those people in the plane survive for a really long time before they managed to, like, I mean, two people actually went down, and there's this plane from Uruguay which crashes into the Andes mountain, and the people there survive uh, for a very long time in these extreme conditions, uh, surrounded by extreme temperature and no food and all that for a really long time till two people managed to uh, trek all the way down to Chile, where they managed to get help. So what I really like about this movie is it really focuses on how harrowing the experience is. Like, you see there are shots of these mountains and then the shots of the people and how they suffer and how difficult it is. So yeah, uh, it's the story of like their personal experiences and how difficult it is. There's a movie on the same topic that came out a few years ago called Alive, and it has practically the same story, but this takes a completely different approach because that is more of a very typical like Hollywood movie with
Commercial.
a commercial, yeah, which kind of uh, showcases all the action and the drama and all that. While this is a more of a look into how difficult an experience like this is how traumatic it would be for the people, and it's based on a true story, which makes it so.
Okay. That was actually going to be my first question when you.
Yeah, yes. Sorry, I forgot it. And there's one aspect of the story in general. This when people talk about this incident, or when they talk about the movie Alive, or that one aspect that's gets noticed a lot is that one of the things they did to survive is they had no food. They were like completely surrounded by ice and snow, so they ended up eating the flesh of people who died. So it's, yeah, it sounds very disgusting. It sounds very weird, but in this movie, you kind of really get to see how, like, that's how they were doing it to survive. It's like it was not a choice, and it was something, and also how hard such a choice would be to people, for to those people. It really portrays that in a very interesting way.
Okay, so my yeah, I wanted to ask you, which was this incident that happened in reality?
It was an actual plane crash that took. I forgot the year, but
Okay.
it was an actual plane crash that.
Okay, so the thing about eating flesh, did it really
Yeah,
happen?
yeah, it really happened. The one of the survivors actually wrote a memoir about it, and I think this movie is
Based on that, okay.
based on that. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I got the story now. Like it's basically about a plane crash, but then here they have exploded the human emotions part rather than a commercial way,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
showing the glittering and Jesus. Okay, so is there any lead characters like protagonist, or is it like group of characters?
So yeah, it's a group of characters. It isn't like focused on any one person. There is one person who kind of narrates the whole thing,
Okay.
but it's focused on like a number of different characters.
Okay, so fan question, like who was your favorite character movie? I know it's a kind of artistic movie, but
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. I guess the main character, the main guy, Numa, who was basically narrating.
okay,
I forgot the actor's name, but
okay,
yeah, it's he. I guess he could be. I don't know. It's hard to say like a favorite character, but yeah,
so
because you're seeing it from his point of view, so you get more attached to that character.
oh yeah. So you said there's a group of characters, and obviously each and every character will have different nature.
Yeah,
So is there any fight between the group trying to survive?
there is a small there are maybe small arguments or small um, small conflicts, but they're very small in scale because the main conflict of this movie is man versus nature. It's not man
Okay,
versus man.
okay, okay,
And I think so. I was looking through reviews of this movie, and a lot of people like really appreciated that they didn't like sensationalize it too much by creating conflict because they want to focus on the core storyline and the core idea that is man versus nature.
okay. So how did you end up getting this recommendation, or like how did you watch this movie?
So I was going through the Oscar nominations for like 2024, and this was one of the movies that got nominated for best
Foreign
foreign film.
film.
Yeah, and like it was available on Netflix, so I thought I'd watch it.
Okay. So uh, I think you are having a preference to the story, and apart from the story, what did you like about the show?
The visuals were like amazing, like the way the mountains and the snow, the ice and the snow, the way it really gives you like a sense of place, like how terrifying it must be to be in that position. Like I was thinking to myself, what if I was in a situation like this? How would I how would I fare in a situation like this? And I'm pretty sure like I'm a person who gets lost in Coven Park, so, so I'm definitely not going to. So,
Okay, so that was a fun question from me. So now that you've watched this movie, which portrays the characters that got stuck in a plane crash and trying to survive in a snow mountain, now if you are in real life after watching this movie, would you survive a situation like that?
no, just as I said, I'm someone who gets lost in Coven Park.
Okay, the reason I said like, have they given any information apart from portraying the emotions? Have they given any information like how to survive?
I mean, you get an idea how like you see how they have survived. Like it was like first of all, the characters. This most of the characters are actually a part of a rugby team, and they had basically chartered that flight uh, to go for something related to rugby. So since they're all like sports persons, they're like very athletic. So you can see. So I think that helped a lot because you see, it's a very strenuous like already in the mountains. They have to walk around, and it's all already tiring, and they have the food thing is also there. So it's very difficult. So I think that helped them a lot. So yeah, a normal person, I don't know how they would fare in a situation like this.
Okay. So from what you have told, I clearly see there is both story, good story, and as well as a lot of characterization. So which one you like the most, the story or the characters?
Kind of hard to say because it's not it's not the story is not like a, I mean,
Unique story.
it's not a, yeah, it's not something like particularly unique or anything very happening or anything. And it's also not very character driven as such, even though there were some interesting characters and stuff. I think it's more than the story or the characterization. I think it's the setting and yeah, basically the setting and
Concept.
the concept and the visuals and yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank you for letting know that. So, if people wanted to watch this movie, what would you tell them? Like, why they should watch the movie?
Yeah, if you're interested in watching a survival thriller that focuses more on like the experience rather than like these grand actions or drama or whatever, then give this a go. Like,
Reality.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, the movie is Society of the Snow. To be frank, I think I've seen this recommended to me a lot of times because I watched the movie, so I'm gonna watch this movie. So yeah, Nileena has given us Society of the Snow. It's available on Netflix, thriller adventure, 22 hours, 24 minutes. Do check it out, guys. And how was your experience doing this podcast with us?
Oh, it was pretty nice. This is my first time on a podcast, and I'm really excited to listen to it. And
Yeah.
see, even though I feel a little nervous because I feel like, okay, did I mess up or something? I
Yeah, to be frank, I was doing just with friends, but from this day, like this is the first public event, so we are going to do more public events. And hope you return for more episodes with lot more recommendations for us.
okay, yeah, I will. I'll do that. It was a great experience. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Nileena, and yeah, you will hear from us soon. Society of the Snow for today's episode. Do watch it out. It is in Netflix, and thank you so much, guys. It's Matt Dawson, and you're listening to MWM Podcast Movies. Bye bye.